What is your American dream?
My American dream is basically, I don't want to be too wealthy, I don't really care. I just want to live an average life. I want to bring home some money to my parents because my parents are the ones who raised me. They gave me everything, you know, they came from India here just so we could have a better life. So I just want them to have a good life and I want to be able to take care of them.
America is a really diverse place, rich in culture, and I hope it stays the same forever.
Live your life to the fullest and not having to worry about day-to-day problems that just keep on going on.
I don't have an American dream, but I do have a dream for America. It's just for equality and everybody to be in peace and everybody to treat others as they want to be treated.
My American dream is to become an NYPD and do well in future and make my parents proud.
My dream is already here. We own hotels, we own restaurants, what else you need? I'm good, thank you God.
I do have a dream, and that's the reason I left my family in India to get some good money so they can have a good life in India. I want my family to be here, I will live with them. Maybe God fulfill my dream or not, that I don't know, but I'm trying my best.
Free, liberal society where everybody respects everybody and has a life together, right? Has a society together. That's what American dream is for me.
Everybody live happily and culturally rich at the same time, exploring their dreams and getting them.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Groundhog Sam! Oh, wow. Oh, and then what happened? This is a page turner. Oh, hello, everybody. I was just reading Essence Moore's book, 6th Grade Middle School Chronicles. Did you miss yesterday's episode of Bradshaw Live? Well, in case you did, we had Essence Moore on. She's a teen author whose work, The Middle School Chronicles, is now mandatory reading for several school districts of New Jersey and Brooklyn. She's also an entrepreneur, and she's only 16. Oh my goodness. Thanks, Essence. Hold on as I put my bookmark in to place my spot. Thanks for this awesome bookmark, Jennifer. And you notice who's on this bookmark? Not the orange guy. As I believe you all know, tonight is the second night of the Jewish high holiday Rosh Hashanah, which is for the new year. As I was reading, I also made myself a lovely New Year snack of apples and honey. This is a traditional snack to bring in a sweet and happy new year. Delicious. And again, I'm a vegetarian, so it's really good for groundhogs. And Brad brought this in for me. He brought in a shofar that's just my size. A shofar is a ram's horn, and it's blown on the Jewish New Year to celebrate the holiday. He thought I could blow this. Let's see. I can't do this. It's very hard. I have a feeling people train to do this. And I'm not even a person. I'm just a little groundhog with little groundhog lungs. Okay, here's the deal. Post-production department, hook it up here so it sounds like I'm really doing it, okay? Woohoo! Happy New Year to Brad and everyone else who's celebrating Rosh Hashanah. There's nothing wrong with wishing everybody out there a sweet and happy year, no matter what you celebrate. Anyway, what's going to be on today's show? You'll just have to watch and see. Enjoy! Back to my book. Oh, this is very good. I wonder what happens.
All right. Welcome, everybody. It's Bradshaw Live. It's Tuesday, the second day of Rosh Hashanah. Belgium, Kim. For the 7 people who are celebrating in Belgium.
Yeah, I was just about to
About
say
7 or 9 people celebrating there, maybe. For all the Belgium holidays, celebrators of Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that there are many, Brad.
Right, they say La Shana Tova.
La Shana Tova.
That is correct. And we got to say hello to everybody out there. We don't have Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias today. He is, no, he's not celebrating Rosh Hashanah.
He's not celebrating.
He's on assignment. We sent him on assignment.
We did.
And we will show you what he did another day.
He's probably eating food.
He's probably eating food somewhere on the 7 train.
Related.
So in the meantime, I got to say hello to Smiley Smith, who's the first one to say hello. Marge Higgs says hello. Abigail Taylor Watson saying hello. Arlene Maria Lucis, Lisa Bling Rose, Dion Watson, Tamika Nelson, Marge Hicks saying 5 minutes we're late. Not bad today, Marge.
I was gonna say.
Okay, we didn't start off so bad. We only started 5 minutes late.
That's pretty good
our
for
Brad
us.
show time. That's like almost on time, right?
That's 5 minutes early
on
for
time.
us.
Yes. Tamika Nelson saying hey, Brad, Kim, Yo-Yo, Sam, Aris EB saying hey, y'all. Carol Anderson, the Tiger, I saw she posted on our Brad Squad group page. She posted both front and back photos of her in her Groundhog Sam t-shirt.
Carol Anderson's not playing.
She doesn't play around. She doesn't just take one picture of the front.
No.
She then went, I can't turn around all the way, but she went back too. She went back and front.
She went. I always wonder, like, what do the people taking the pictures think? Because, like, our Brad Squad knows what the shirt means, why, but the person in your house that you're like, here, take this picture of this awesome new shirt I have with a groundhog head on it that says, I twerk all day.
Well, I'm more concerned what people are going to think walking down the street.
Right, 100%.
You know, we said that. We're like, people are going to be like, what is this, a groundhog twerking?
It's a conversation starter
That
for
is
sure.
right.
Next time you're trying to get a date, you just wear the Groundhog Sam shirt.
Cece Mitchell says hello. And Abigail. Belgium Kim saying hello. That's you.
That's me.
Right. Let's see who else. It's the same people. Dion Watson, Allie Boo Harris Morgan, Jella Shauna, Barbara Lord, Christy Consali saying hello. And Marjorie Thompson, Patrona Collins, Sankey White, all of our Brad Squad, day in, day out. They're like family here already. Yeah. Marsha Whitaker and Janet Brown, Malia Loban Martin, Lynn Brown. Lynn Brown? Have we said Lynn Brown in a while?
I don't think we've said Lynn Brown today. Rayad Mohammed is new. Hello, Rayad.
Ifiawana, not new.
Oh, no. Ifiawana said I was looking beautiful, so thank you,
Oh, very
Ifi.
nice.
But
Rayad Muhammad, I've not seen his name before.
No,
welcome.
right,
Everybody welcome Rayad Muhammad.
Hello,
and
Muhammad.
Cordella Douglas, also not new. Burke Madera, been around for a while.
Yeah.
Joy Palmer, also not new. And on YouTube.
On the YouTube.
Our more favorite page now.
That's true.
You want to know why it's my favorite page?
Tell me, Brad.
It's clearer.
It is.
It's a much clearer video.
It is.
Much clearer.
That's true. And if for everyone saying that they're hearing the sound a little bit low on Facebook, this is exactly why we prefer YouTube. If you just no one's complaining on YouTube,
you hear it perfectly.
Exactly.
Alicia Allen saying good evening to everybody. Joy Palmer, Ruthie Cutie.
Ruthie Cutie, question asker.
Yes. Kool-Aid, Danny Contreras, Terry Ann Carby, Ja Love, Alicia Allen, Venetia Beckford popping in with a question right away, and Man City, the noisy neighbor, saying hello to everybody. So with all that being said, hello to everybody. And we do have to remind everybody to please share. Belgium Kim, what's going to be our share game for the day? We did not do it yesterday.
We didn't get there.
We didn't get anywhere near it. Now there was a lot of conversation that Facebook is ripping people off.
Right.
It's possible. It is possible that Facebook is ripping people off. We don't know. We don't control it.
Yeah, it's
okay?
true.
I don't know. I think it was Nikisha Taylor. I'm sorry. Who was
Natalie Nichols?
Natalie Nichols
was talking about it.
Yes.
We had multiple people. I think Abigail Taylor was also.
I think it was Natalie Nichols who said that her thumbs were going to pop off soon.
Yeah.
Was that Natalie?
Lindo.
It's Asset Lindo who said that.
Said thumbs were going to pop off.
Somebody's thumbs were popping off very soon.
Thumbs are popping off. Now, one of the reasons that those shares may be low is that if you're sharing to the same groups all the time and they need admin approval, those admins aren't going to approve it.
That doesn't get.
It doesn't get counted.
Correct.
So they need to make sure that they're sharing to different groups that you're members of, not the same ones every day, because those don't count.
Correct. So please, everybody, share. And if you share, I got to think of what we're going to do. We didn't think about this ahead of time.
Well, I think that we were going to do the same one as yesterday. I thought
you want to do the same one as yesterday.
I think that Grandma said at the beginning, you guys, we need to start sharing early. We need to redeem ourselves.
All right. 500 shares. We'll make it easy.
Yeah.
We'll do an after show, even without Yo-Yo. All right. 500 shares, 50 views on YouTube. We'll do an after show.
That sounds fair.
That sounds fair, right?
We're giving you 2 opportunities.
2 opportunities. We did it yesterday. We didn't make it.
Nope.
Let's see what happens today. In the meantime, on a somber note, today marks the 17th anniversary of the 9/11 attack on the World Trade Center. There was somber tributes throughout the United States of America, certainly right here around the block from where we are. We're 2 blocks from the 9/11 museum, and 2 blocks from where the World Trade Center building stood. Thousands of 9/11 victims and relatives and survivors, rescuers, and they all attended today the anniversary ceremony at the World Trade Center. Donald Trump and Mike Pence went to 2 other places where the planes were hijacked. They did not come to New York City. So Donald and Melania, they went to the 9/11 memorial in the field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, where the plane that was heading towards the White House, the passengers overtook the plane, but it unfortunately crashed. On the way to the memorial, Donald Trump was photographed giving up. Yeah!
What?
Wait. Yeah, there he is. He was giving a fist pump. He was all pumped up.
That was today?
That was today, which many people felt was really not in tune with the day's events, that he was a little tone deaf to where he was going.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh my God.
So it left people very, very baffled. And, you know, this is not the first time, unfortunately, where Donald Trump has been a little tone deaf as it pertains to the events of 9/11. On the day of September 11th, he was quoted. Trump owns 40 Wall Street, which at the time was the second tallest building back on September 11th, 2001, was the second tallest building in downtown Manhattan. Not the second tallest building in Manhattan. Second tallest building, of course, was the Empire State Building. And perhaps even the Chrysler Building is taller than 40 Wall Street. Maybe it was the 4th tallest building. But his reaction, at least as reported in several news outlets on 9/11, was, and I'm quoting here, so I don't want to get this quote wrong.
Yeah.
40 Wall Street actually was the second tallest building in downtown Manhattan, and it was actually before the World Trade Center was the tallest. And then when they built the World Trade Center, it became the second tallest, and now with the destruction, it is now the tallest.
He said that on September 11th,
He said that on
2001.
He said that on September 11th, 2001,
Oh my
as
God.
reported. I didn't hear him say it, but that's what was reported.
Wow.
3,000 people, more than 3,000 people died on September 11th. Thousands more were poisoned by noxious gases. Died as a result of early onset of cancers, as a result of breathing in the fumes and dust of the 9/11 buildings.
Wow.
And, you know, unfortunately, not long after last year's anniversary, right down the street from where we are at 225 Broadway, a stark reminder that, you know, we're still not completely out of the woods yet as it pertains to, unfortunately, terrorism. A truck mowed down, how many people? 8 people on a bike path about 3 or 4 blocks from the World Trade Center. It's also about 3 or 4 blocks from our office, where I walk sometimes.
Yeah.
And, you know, it could have been me.
Absolutely.
It could have definitely been me sitting there just walking. I walk there all the time with my dogs.
I was in your office when we found out
That's
about
right,
that.
Right, but that's a lot of times that's where I walk my dogs.
Absolutely.
In the evening and on the weekends. Now, this happened at 4 in the afternoon. I wouldn't have been there 4 in the afternoon, but maybe it could have been me.
But it's that connection.
Because I go there all the time.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a terrorist mowed down people 4 blocks. So it's still happening, unfortunately, today. You know, the 9/11, they do it every year. And they commemorate with the reading of the names of the dead. reminds me a little bit of, of course, we're talking about Rosh Hashanah. I don't know if they got it from the Jewish religion, but when you go to synagogue, on the person's year of their, on the day of their anniversary of their death, you say a prayer and then read off their name in synagogue as well.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know if that's where this originated from. But it's a Jewish thing that you read off the names of the dead on their anniversary and then say a prayer for them.
And it's as a way to honor and respect them?
Honor, respect them, remember them. Say a prayer for them so God looks kindly on their souls.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if...
Well, that would be really beautiful if that's where it was.
I don't know if that's where they came up with the idea from. Tonight, if you're in Manhattan, they're going to beam 2 powerful beams up out of the sky from Lower Manhattan, right at the memorials where the 2 Twin Towers stood. It's called the Annual Tribute in Light. Now, our office is 2 blocks. I would like to stay around after. I've never actually seen it in person, even though we're right here.
Yeah, I've never seen it either.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a really moving thing to see, because the waterfall, the memorials are right there. So, do they come out of the memorials? Is that how it works?
I don't know.
Because the memorials are like where the towers stood right now.
Yes, but it can't be because because the memorial, for anybody who's been there,
right.
it's a water memorial now. So it's a waterfall that goes down into a pit where the 2 towers. I guess they must put it right near it. But they can't put it into the pit.
In the pit of
because there's water there.
Right.
And I think also that would be a little maybe sacrilegious because that pit is a graveyard.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Meanwhile, the building continues down there.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if anyone's been down there. The Oculus now is a beautiful. Before the Twin Towers, if anybody remembers the Twin Towers, it was 2 huge towers. And you would walk underneath, and underneath was this underground mall without any windows. I don't know if you ever recall. Maybe you're too young.
I had gone before the towers, but I had never gone beneath the.
So underneath it was a windowless mall on the way to a train station. And I will tell you something. Mira and I, we got married at the World Trade Center. Before,
Did you really?
Before it. That's my ex-wife. Before. The 9/11.
Wow.
Yeah, we got married there. That's where our marriage was, at the Twin Towers.
Wow, your wedding pictures must be so haunting now at this point.
Yeah, well, also they used our book as the sales pitch.
Right.
So I know my book is. It doesn't mean much, but.
Wow.
But they have made a new Oculus.
Yeah.
Which is this beautiful mall. Everyone should go down and check it out. The museum is really amazing and touching and
very touching.
And you should go see the museum as well. In June, they opened up I believe that would be the 4th of the World Trade Center buildings. The Freedom Tower, 7 World Trade Center, 4 World Trade Center, and now 3 World Trade Center was opened. 3 is an 80-story building. They're all huge, huge buildings.
Yeah.
So there's only 2 buildings that need left to be built. They're building a theater right next to the Freedom Tower.
Yep.
And the theater is going to be to put on, I guess, operas and ballets and plays and musicals and whatever, live performances. And they have 1 more huge World Trade Center building that they still will build, which is right now the footprint of where you walk into the Oculus.
Did it have a cooling effect, a chilling effect on the commerce in the downtown area after 9/11? Just because they're building such a huge kind of complex out of it now.
Well, in the beginning, right after 9/11, nobody would come downtown.
Right.
And you could rent office space here extraordinarily cheaply. Nobody was building condominiums or rental apartments down here.
Oh, wow.
Everybody was terrified to come down.
No kidding. Wow.
And then a lot of people even moved out of Manhattan after 9/11.
Yeah.
They said, all right, we're going to go to suburbia, we're going to go to Brooklyn, we're going to go to, Queens,
Yeah.
but we're getting out of Manhattan.
Yeah.
And then since then, there's been probably since about 2005, 2006, about 4 or 5 years after, there's been a building boom down here that the entire landscape is completely changed now. It's you know, when I was down here in my office, you know, 25 years ago, but prior to 9/11, this was a business district.
Right.
Okay, nobody lived here. Okay, now this is a 24-hour district. People live here, people work here, and the building that they have done is amazing. So, you know, it is certainly a sad day, but they totally have revived downtown.
Yeah,
downtown Manhattan.
Yeah.
A giant mural, by the way. I don't know who is this. A Brazilian artist by the name of Eduardo Cobra. I'm not sure who he. I never heard. Is he a famous artist? I'm not.
I think he's just a Brazilian street artist.
Must be a famous artist, I guess. He's pretty famous. Jolie says pretty famous. Pretty famous Brazilian artist, Eduardo Cobra. And he is putting up 7 murals. Do we have any pictures of the murals, Jolie? There it is. He's putting up 7 murals around Manhattan as a symbolic memory to 9/11. This new piece, which is called The Braves of 9/11 on his Instagram, has completely transformed. Where is that, 783rd Avenue? That's Midtown East somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where, but somewhere in Midtown East. But there's going to be a total of actually 15 murals across the city by the end of September. Meanwhile, and number 343, what's on this helmet? 343? 343 is on the helmet.
It's the number of firefighters.
The number of firefighters
that were killed that day.
Yes, it's the number of firefighters who died on that particular day. Okay.
For the number of people.
Got it. All right. So, moving on.
Yeah.
I saw in the news today Jeff Sessions has started to call out the immigration lawyers.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You're being targeted by Jeff Sessions? Being targeted
by Jeff Sessions. He says it's us immigration lawyers that are causing all the problems.
If Jeff Sessions is saying that, you must be doing something really right, Brad.
Yeah, he says it's us. Attorney Jeff Sessions told a group of immigration judges on Monday that it's their job to restore the rule of law to the immigration system over the efforts of the lawyers who represent the immigrants. And he said that the lawyers basically, you know, kind of undermine the rule of law in immigration court. They were like a seeping water through cracks, looking to find ways to change immigration laws and make new immigration laws that don't exist. Jeff, it's called representing a client. It's called zealously representing a client, and you're an attorney as well, and you would do the same thing if you were representing them also. When you come to good immigration lawyers, that's what good immigration lawyers do. They go into court and they fight for their clients, and that is called the rule of law.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, it's something that you get praised for frequently on this show.
That
is
is
how well
correct.
you know the letter of the law.
That is correct. By the way, the president of the Union for Immigration Judges said that, quote, "We just find it really troubling and problematic that the Attorney General does not seem to appreciate the distinction that we have as immigration judges from the rest of the department, both the U.S. Attorney's Office and the Department of Homeland Security. We are not one and the same." Because basically, right now, there is no independent immigration court. That's what people don't understand.
Which is shameful.
The immigration court is actually run by Jeff Sessions. It's run by President Donald Trump. President Donald Trump appoints Jeff Sessions. Jeff Sessions is in charge of all the immigration judges. It's not an independent judiciary. It's only an independent judiciary once you get out of immigration court, once you get past the Board of Immigration Appeals, and you actually get into federal court. So there's been a lot of discussion about the lack of independence of immigration judges. And one of the things that ultimately many people want to see is when there is immigration reform, is that there's an independent immigration judiciary where they're not being told how to rule by the president and Jeff Sessions.
Right. They shouldn't be political at all.
Correct.
Right.
What else is happening? Anything else exciting here?
Will you tell me, Brad? Anything else exciting? Does anything else excite you?
I don't know. Let's see.
Ooh, he's not excited by anything, folks.
Yeah. What is this? North Dakota golf course is dropping burgers from a drone? The hell is
in
this?
North Dakota, you said?
Yeah, golf course in North Dakota. Locals called Siladrone Valley believes it has a solution to the declining membership of the golf course. They drop hamburgers on the golfers. while they are. I don't understand what this is.
What do you mean on the golf?
They just what they you're up to hit the ball and you get hit in the face with a hamburger.
That doesn't seem efficient.
Doesn't
Brad.
seem very efficient, but they feel that golfers are going to want to get hit on the face by hamburgers.
I feel like that's not how it actually
Yeah, the
works.
startup, it's not how it works?
I don't know. You tell me, but
I don't know.
I have a feeling like they're not dropping rogue hamburgers out
I
the
would
sky.
think that they're, it's like part of the game now. You got to like hit through the hamburger.
Oh, so there's the golfers, but then you can also pay to man the drone to try and hit the golfers?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that to me is more fun. Actually, golfers order refreshments via an app, and the drone lowers it right next to them, and it
that's fancy.
doesn't necessarily drop the hamburgers on their head. I'm not exactly sure what this has to do with the Brad Show Live, but we thought it was interesting. Finally, we have a follow-up on the urinals. This is really a Hump Day Wednesday thing, but we have a follow-up. If anybody remembers, okay, the urinal story from a few weeks ago in Paris, that they have now male urinals. Do we have pictures of the male urinals? There it is. So people were peeing all over the street in Paris.
Right.
Okay.
Urination,
so now
huge problem.
the Parisians came up with a great idea. We're going to have open urinals on the street. So instead of peeing on the street, we're going to let the man whip it out right there on the street
and he can
go pee
into a bucket.
Go pee into a bucket. They thought that was brilliant.
Look how pretty the flowers are coming out of it.
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of people were up in arms.
You don't
So
say.
now protesters have taken matters into their own hands, so to speak.
Oh no, there's nothing I would want to do with my hands.
Yes, protesters have taken their matters into their own hands, and now protesters are dumping concrete into the Paris urinals so now you cannot no longer pee into the urinals anymore. Back to peeing on the streets.
Yeah, but if people
they all got filled up with concrete, and then they put stickers. They're putting stickers onto the urinals that they fill up with the concrete, and it says the stickers: "Are you a dog? No. Then why are you urinating in the street?" And then another sticker said, "Women who expose their breasts to breastfeed are asked to hide themselves." Oh, this is actually really men who take out their penises to urinate are subsidized by City Hall. That actually is a pretty good.
Yes.
That is actually a pretty good sticker.
Yes. How about we stop policing what women are wearing?
And actually, feminist activists said the vandalism made good points. Chris Blash, a founder of a think tank that works on gender and city planning, said she did not believe the city had set out to discriminate because a woman can't sit there and just pop a squat, as they call it, right? Right. I don't know how else to ladylike pop a squat, but that the street urinal sent an unintentional signal that women have fewer rights in public spaces than men.
That's exactly. I completely agree with that.
Because I'm quoting from the Parisian feminists. This kind of urinal clearly can be used by men, and not any kind of man, because a child can't use it, a little boy can't use it, and I'm not even sure that an elderly man would be comfortable using it either. So this is really an unfairness in the perception of what is authorized or not authorized to do in public, and the standards differ from age and gender.
I love that. And we even brought that point up when we talked about it.
Yes.
We were like, what about the women?
Oh, this is actually pretty silly too. How many people would do this? In Russia, okay, in Russia, Domino's, Domino's Pizza, they deliver in 30 minutes. Do they still deliver in 30 minutes or less?
I think that's still a thing. I don't know if you get it for free if they don't deliver it in 30 minutes, but they do still promise
Do you know
that.
where the first, do you know where the first Domino's was?
Not New York City.
No, it was not. Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Why would you know that?
Hometown to my alma mater. That's why I know that.
Oh, that's why you would know.
That's why I know that. Domino's started in Ann Arbor, Michigan. University of Michigan was the first Domino's. And they would deliver to the students who were partying in 30 minutes or less.
Fun fact, everyone.
Fun fact.
Were you, how old is Domino's?
Well, Domino's was big when I was in college.
They were already a nationwide.
They were nationwide, and that was in the 1980s.
Okay.
So Domino's must have started I don't know, but well before that.
Well before that, right.
So now the Russian branch of Domino's Pizza was curious to know how far people would go to love Domino's Pizza. So they came up with a promotion. If you were to tattoo on a visible part of your body a Domino's Pizza logo, you would win a chance to win 100 free pizzas per year for 100 years. So that is 10,000 pizzas.
Oh.
In an attempt to stave off the wave of tattoos and requests for free pizzas, the company had to clarify, because people in Russia, they were putting Domino's tattoos all over. Everybody was, it's like the rave now in Russia.
There were that many?
Yes. 350. They said only the first 350 people to get the tattoo would qualify for the 10,000 free pizzas, because the entire country was coming out with tattoos.
Domino's tattoos?
Domino's tattoos. So despite the release of the new rules, people kept sharing the photos of their Domino's tattoos, from the simple two-dice logo to the logo stamped on a slice of pizza, and even one that perfectly symbolizes the challenge. And just 5 days into the promotion, Domino's Russia reached the full 350 people with tattoos on their body for the 10,000 free pizzas for life. They posted, quote, "Friends, comrades." That's what they say in Russia, comrades.
Comrades, right.
Right, you're not friends, you're comrades.
Comrades.
We already have 350 participants. We are not receiving any new tattoos. If you are a tattoo artist and getting tattoos, we will include you on the list of participants.
If you're reading this and you're under the needle.
But we are waiting for picture before 12 today. For those who are not done by 12, we recommend canceling your appointment, stopping the tattoos immediately, because you will not be getting free pizza.
Oh my God.
That was their message.
I hope you checked your Facebook before you went to the tattoo parlor.
And the BBC reported that unfortunately there were 80 people who still got the tattoos and were not able to get the free pizzas, but still have the tattoos.
No.
Which led Jolie B to come up with, I had to veto it. This is why we didn't have, we're like, all right, free consultations for life for the first 100 people to put Bradshaw logo on a visible, tattooed on a visible product. I said, no, we are not. I said, no, we will not be doing free consultations for life for the first 100. Can you imagine you come in, you're like, oh, it's $200 for your consultation. No, it ain't. And, and then you just like,
and then people start taking off their
clothes. And I got a picture of Bradshaw Live logo.
Oh my God. It can be the Bradshaw Live logo.
I'm just telling you now, do not
face.
put any Bradshaw logo on your body.
Bradshaw Live logo or Brad's face, any visible part of your
Can
body.
you imagine?
Do you know how many tramp stamps we would get? I'm not allowed to say that, I'm sorry. You know, I got
all
this.
of a sudden, like right on your back, yeah.
Like, Sam got one. Oh, no.
That would be terrible.
Would you though? Because they look like really small tattoos. Like, would you get like a really small tattoo?
I don't think anybody would put Bradshaw Live tattoo on their body.
Well, I don't mean Bradshaw
for a free
Live, I meant
consultation.
Domino's.
I don't even think anybody. Would you put a Domino's pizza tattoo on your body to get a free 100 pizzas a year for life?
Like 10,000.
You know, that thing's on your body for life.
Yeah, but if it's like on my ankle, I don't care.
Yes,
on
you do.
On the back of my shoulder, I don't
yes,
even
you
see
do.
That is.
Yes, you do. Every time you put on your socks, you're reminded of pizza.
But Brad, do you know how often?
And you don't need to eat 100 pies a year.
I don't, but I like having the option. If it's there, I was like, what do I eat today? Well, I could eat Domino's for free.
Let me tell you something right now.
I mean, I hit at football games.
Okay, in Russia.
Yeah.
Okay, their medical probably is not the best medical in the world. I mean, they probably for the oligarchs, they got good doctors. But generally, the oligarchs go to London or America for their medical treatment. They don't even go in Russia. Okay. But so in Russia, okay, with all, you know, the alcohol that is consumed there, okay, now maybe I'm stereotyping.
No, but
okay?
I get what you're saying.
Nobody is going to live 100 years if they're eating 100 pizzas a year. Okay, they're going to die of a heart attack within 20 years if you're eating 100 Domino pizzas a year.
The 100 years is a lie, because obviously no one of tattooable age is gonna live 100 years. However, that just means that you get free pizza forever, Brad. And 100 pizzas a year, that just means that you eat leftover pizza 2 days. Like, that's super doable.
Okay, Carolyn, just relax.
Yeah.
Relax the tiger.
Okay.
Relax the tiger.
She said I would put Brad.
Do not put any Brad logo on your body. I don't want any Brad logo on anybody's body. Okay? There is no Brad logo on anybody.
Eris B just said, I was just going to make my way to the tattoo spot. I guess never mind. Listen,
Right.
if you guys get
or you know, if
tattoos,
you're really sneaky, you get one of those temporary tattoos and like come in for the free consultation.
That's a great, that
Right,
would be
and then it
sneaky.
comes off in a month anyway.
That's true. How did Domino's solidify that they were real tattoos?
I have no idea.
I could,
don't
for
know.
free pizza for life, I could make one hell of a Sharpie tattoo.
I don't know. I don't know. Finally, before we get into our immigration questions,
Yeah.
I'm going to get into them in a minute or two. Did you see about the Philadelphia nude bicycle ride? I was going to save this for tomorrow, but it was just so absurd. I had to talk about it even on a non-hump day.
And we have so much hump day.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So hundreds of fun-loving nudists spent the day on Saturday riding around Philadelphia completely naked for the annual Philly Naked Bike Ride. There they are. The bike ride is to protest dependence on fossil fuels. So what they decided to do to protest fossil fuels is ride around butt naked on your bicycles. Now, if you notice, none of the male bicycles had kickstands. It wasn't necessary.
Oh my
There
God.
was no.
Hello, Philly.
There was no kickstands necessary for the male bicycles, and the female bicycles did not need any.
I don't want to know whatever you're going to say.
Okay, I will leave it alone. I will leave it alone. Participants were able to go as bare as they dare. That's what the logo was. Some were completely naked. Some wore their underwear. Some went naked with a mask on. Now, none of the Brad Squad, as far as I'm aware, participated in the naked Philadelphia bike ride. We were going to send Jonathan out. And Jonathan, unfortunately, said there's not enough money in the world for him to run around Philadelphia naked. So that idea went down the tubes. Damn. But there was a woman by the name of Natasha Mel Taylor participated with her husband, Jared Grunwald, and their 3-year-old daughter, Juniper, who rode in the child's seat. Can you imagine how tortured that kid had to ride in the child's seat and look at his and her dad's bare ass riding a bicycle? That would be like ingrained in my head forever.
I honestly feel like the people riding the bicycles are more tortured. Like, you have no padding at all. That sounds incredibly painful.
You know, that's why they have bike shorts.
Right.
Right?
All that padding.
What about all the chafing that's going to happen? There's a lot of chafing going on there.
There's so much. The buckets of sweat. Oh, the sheer odor that it must cause.
That is disgusting.
There are so many
you think about
logistical problems with this.
And then what? And what about the rideshare program? Imagine if this was on. Imagine if this was on city bikes. We're gonna do. You'd be like, I don't want to touch that city bike anymore.
You
would never ride a city bike, right?
Headed to there and ordering Ubers. Like, I got my bike in the back and my bare ass.
Yeah.
Your Uber ratings are for nothing anymore.
Exactly. No, I'm just thinking. And then what about you riding down? Do you think anybody would get like sexually aroused riding without?
That sounds even more painful.
It sounds painful, right? I mean, it's possible, right?
Your bike is not a stick shift, sir.
Yeah. you're like, honey, let's go over those bumps one more time.
Oh yeah, there's a big one. Pedal for your life. No.
I don't know. I don't
Sorry,
know.
Philly. I love how woke you are. Brotherly love indeed.
Yeah.
But no.
As Abigail Taylor Watson said, those bicyclists must smell like 10-day cabbage water. That's exactly what we were. That's exactly what we were thinking. All right. So with that being said, Groundhog Sam, where are we at with sharing? Are we going to have an after show today, or what do you think?
It's not out of the running.
Not out of the running?
According to Groundhog Sam, the latest share count is 180 shares, 174 shares.
174 shares so far.
Yeah.
And how many people are viewing on YouTube simultaneously at this moment? 30. So we need to get 50 people viewing simultaneously on YouTube, and we need to get to 500 shares for an after show with Belgium Kim and me. And we would Skype in Yo-Yo from wherever he is on assignment, except our Skype's not working right now.
Except our Skype is slightly.
Right, so we were going to do that. But all right, so there we are. We're only 300 shares away from an after show.
They can definitely do it.
It could happen. It could definitely happen.
Yes.
All right. So where's Jeff? Everybody wants to know.
That's what I'm wondering. I want to know where Jeff is. I called him last night on the phone. He did not pick up, even though I told him I was calling him. I don't know what's going on, y'all. I'm going to get to the bottom.
I hope Jeff isn't ditching us.
I would be, if he were ditching us, we deserve a proper breakup.
We deserve a proper breakup.
You don't get to ghost us at this point,
That's
Jeff.
correct.
We're committed.
That's correct.
So, no, we'll get to the bottom of it, folks. Sleuth Kim is on it.
All right, let's go. So this is what we're going to do now. Before I was about to say, Junie, we're going to come to you, who's holding on from the Bronx for a good 25 minutes already. So she has a burning question right now. We're going to be answering them in our segment that we called "If you got some questions, we got some answers." Call right now 1-800-529-5465, or as the card says, "Getting answers." Call with your immigration questions.
Every day.
Every day we get it wrong. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Junie in the Bronx. Junie. 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 What happened to Junie? Let's try one more time. Junie. Junie. I'm not hearing Junie.
I'm not hearing a little click, click.
Let's try Kona. Kona.
Hello?
Hi, Kona. How are you?
It's not Kona. It's Rona. I'm sorry.
Rona. I apologize. Rona,
Yeah.
how are you? Let's start again.
I'm good.
What's
I just
going
want to
on?
ask a question for my aunt.
Sure.
She said her friend came to America and she filed for her children, but she died. And if the papers can still come through with the other family that they have here.
The friend came to America, and who died? Who died?
Her friend died after she filed for her kids.
The friend died after he filed for his kids?
Yes.
Okay. Did the I-130s get approved?
Yes.
Where are the kids?
They're in Jamaica.
As long as they have a close family relative who's willing to take over the case, yes, we can complete the case.
Okay.
All right, let them call us, all right? Hold on one second.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's try Junie again. Junie, you there now?
Yes.
How you doing?
Yes, I'm here.
What's up?
I'm good.
What's going on?
Okay, Brad. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, what I have here, I have a good friend.
Yes.
He's been married since 2014, and he got the 2-year green card in 2016 December. He even went to Jamaica. He went home to Jamaica and he came back. They never give him the green card. Definitely, they stamp his book. He went down to Manhattan somewhere and they stamped the book 2 year in the book.
Okay.
And then he went to Jamaica. When he came back, he received the 2-year green card.
Okay.
And now he's waiting on the 10 years, and they give him an extension to January of last year, and then they send him another letter and extend it again. So now the marriage is now 14, 15, 16, now he's 18. Can he do the citizenship?
What do you mean?
Not
14,
the marriage,
16,
the green
18?
card.
The green card. What do you mean 14, 16, 18?
He married 2014. He received the green card. The stamp in his book.
When did he?
December 2016.
December 2016.
Yes.
That's when he got his original green card, December 2016?
Yeah, no, he got this 2-year stamp that he went home to Jamaica and came back.
Okay, when was he approved for his green card?
He got a letter. Since he came back, he do more application.
Well, let me, because maybe I'm misunderstanding what part. Did he come up from Jamaica? He was not living here. He came up from Jamaica with his
He's from Jamaica. He's here. He's in the country here.
When his first entry into America was with an immigrant visa, or was it as a tourist visa?
No, it was a green card. Green card.
So when did he first come to America? When was his first entry into America?
He came to America in 1999.
1999 with a green card? Wait, no.
With a visa from Jamaica.
Okay.
Visa.
When did he get approved for his green card? Is my question to you.
He get married 2014.
When did he get approved for his green card?
2016. He got this stamp
So
in his book.
your story doesn't make any sense then. Because if he got approved in December 2016, he would not have been removing the conditions of his permanent residence till December 2018, and we haven't reached December 2018 yet. So your timeline's not making sense, which is why I'm asking you these questions. Let me say this, Junie. Let him make an appointment to come in to see me, okay? All right, hold on one second. It doesn't make any sense because if he got his 2-year green card in December 2016, he wouldn't be removing his conditions till December 2018. Then how did he remove the conditions of his permanent residence?
Right. There's no way that he would have been able to.
Correct. So, and the answer is if that's the facts that he got his conditional green card, you can't become a citizen yet. So the answer would be no. But still, the story doesn't make sense.
Right.
All right, let's go to Rachel in Fort Worth, Texas. Rachel.
Yes.
How
Hello,
you doing?
how are you?
Good. What's going on?
I have a friend who is from Jamaica, and she married someone who is a citizen in the country. They've been married for 6 months. They had a disagreement about money. He wanted her to make a purchase for something. She didn't have the money, so now he wants to leave. They're separated, but they're still legally married, and his health is declining. He's a significantly older man. He may even have dementia at this point. And so she's trying to see if she is able to at least establish permanent residency, or what can she do at this point?
Okay, tell me, this is the wife?
This is the wife.
And he never filed for her?
No, he did not. And now his health is failing.
Well, the only thing you can do is one of two things. Either work it out with the man. You have 3 choices in these situations because the wife never got a green card, never got anything. So you got 3 choices. Everybody has the same 3 choices when it comes to a failed marriage and you don't have anything. Okay? 1, work out the failed marriage and make it a good marriage and let him file for you. Okay? 2, leave the man, divorce him, say the hell with you, and go fall in love again and, get married again at some point. You're going to fall in love. People fall in and out of love. And try again with the second husband. Or 3, if there's some sort of physical abuse or extreme emotional abuse, file as an abused spouse. Those are your only 3 options.
Okay, if there's some kind of abuse, he's very emotionally cruel to her.
Yeah,
which
so then that's what you would try to do, and we would have to demonstrate that.
Okay.
Now, where is she now? Is this you or this is someone else?
No, they're in New Jersey. They both live in New Jersey.
All right. So if they both live in New Jersey, we're in New York. We're just literally a PATH train away. Okay. So all they need to do is make an appointment to come and see us. So hold on one second. Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. All right. Let's go to Gugny in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
My name is Fatia. I'm fine. I got a question. Like, if you got a green card around about 2005, and you got your 10 years 2009, and you got pre-trial division, and you pass it successfully, and the judge dismissed the case and expunged. And 2016, you got a citation ticket again. They tell you the police tell you to go book in, and the judge dismissed the case and expunged again and give it to you. If you got a green card, what you can do to renew your green card?
Well, you don't have. Well, you just explained 2 situations where the person doesn't have a conviction. So as long as you don't have a conviction, you're eligible to renew your green card. That's not a problem. You're not deportable. You can travel. You can renew it. Now, whether or not you can become a citizen, that's a different story because you got to prove 5 years good moral character. The fact that you had 2 arrests may impact your good moral character, but it's not none of this is deportable based on what you're describing to me.
Yeah, because the judge, when you did the pre-trial diversion, when you do all the program the judge tell you to do, when you go back to the court 2 years after?
Right. So as I told you, pre-trial diversion, it's not a conviction. So nothing you told me is a conviction. Pre-trial diversion is not a conviction. Getting arrested by the police and having the case thrown out is obviously not a conviction. You have this person that you're describing, if this is what happened, has no criminal record that would make that person a deportable alien or somebody who is inadmissible coming to the United States. So they can renew their green card, they can travel, they can do what they want. Now,
Okay, how about the citation? How about the citation ticket? Like you was crying, somebody stole your pocketbook. You was crying, you called the police, and when you was crying, you know, the police tell you to close.
There's no such thing as getting deported for crying. Okay, so you're fine with that too.
Yeah, because it's my worry. It's my worry,
okay.
and I'm about to renewal in March.
All right. So then let me make this suggestion to you, okay? Because I don't want you to worry. Okay, I'm going to put you on hold. You're going to have a consultation with us. What you're going to do is you're going to send us all of your records. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to confirm everything that you are orally telling me right now. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to confirm what you're telling me, and then I'm going to tell you you're absolutely free to renew your green card without any worry. So hold on one second.
Yeah, I got all the paperwork from the judge.
Great.
I got all the paperwork.
Hold on. All right, let's go to Carrie Ann in...
Hello?
Let's go to Carrie Ann in the Bronx. We're not up to that yet. Carrie Ann.
Yes.
What's going on?
Yes, my question is, how can an immigrant file for a green card who overstays their visitor's visa and still in America?
Oh, well, you know, you could always get married, but are there other options? Maybe. You're asking me, how does somebody get a green card? And that requires a consultation. Well, I can't answer that over a show without knowing anything about this person. There's no there's no such thing as how do I get a green card, and I say, aha, it's this form. There's no such thing as that. If it was that easy, the show wouldn't exist. All right. So I think you're going to need to have a consultation, then we'll figure it out. So hold on one second. All right. So with that being said, Belgium Kim.
Yes.
You ready for me, Belgium Kim?
I've never been more ready for you, Brad.
Good. I'm not ready for you yet, though.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm just making sure you're ready for me.
You're testing my readiness.
I'm testing your readiness.
I stay ready.
Okay. You know, it's football season.
Yes.
Right.
I love football season.
And you know, yesterday Anna Ascona.
Yes.
You know, Jeff's missing all of this, but Anna Ascona spoke about Nike's new ad featuring Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
She called him Colin
Kaepernick.
Kaepernick. Hopefully, we have that corrected today.
She's a spicy.
That's right.
Spicy
Dominican.
Latina
That's
lady,
right. Right. Colin Kaepernick. In addition of this, just doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So today she has more to say about the players who kneel during the national anthem as a protest designed to create awareness for social justice issues that plague people of color, particularly police brutality. Now, before we get into Anna Ascona, I did, you know, a lot's been going on with, you know, this whole Nike thing.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, I think it's great. Okay. As we said yesterday, Trump made a big deal about it. And as soon as Trump made a big deal about it, guess what? Nike sales are going through the roof.
Exactly.
So we said yesterday, you know, Donald Trump tweeted, what is Nike thinking? Nike's thinking this is the best publicity we can. Money. That's what Nike's thinking. So, but on the same day that Colin Kaepernick's ad premiered, Kenner, Louisiana Mayor Eben Zahn III. He issued a memo demanding that, quote, under no circumstances should anything Nike sell be purchased for the city's rec centers. He said, no Nike at the rec center. The memo specifically bans booster clubs, organizations that support kids, and other rec-level sports teams that are typically made up of parents from buying Nike for any team that uses the city's facilities. Now, in this bizarre attempt to try to keep Nike products out of the city gyms, this is in some you-know-what, Louisiana somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. In his bizarre, Kenner, Louisiana. In his bizarre attempt to try to keep Nike products out of the city's gyms, parks, and sports centers, Zahn is asking Kenner's Parks and Recreation Director to screen every purchase a booster club wants to make sure that nothing says Nike on it.
What a moron.
He even said so explicitly, it's pretty clear that the mayor's directive came in response to Colin Kaepernick's Nike ad. Zahn went after NFL players who have protested the national anthem at an event called the Freedom Fest just last week, telling a crowd of locals that in the city of Kenner, we all stand for the national anthem. But some city residents are already protesting this mayor's.
Well, good for them.
Yes.
They should.
And they are signing petitions saying that this ban should be repealed.
Well done.
Meanwhile, City Council member Gregory Carroll, this is like local Kenner, Louisiana politics, Slamzon's memo on Facebook promising to meet the mayor and other city councilors to try to rescind what he called a disturbing new policy. But in an epic response, this is what's going on in Louisiana.
Fill us in on local
I'm filling you on
politics.
local Louisiana politics. One city council member in neighboring New Orleans decided to buy a Nike shirt as a screw you to Kenner's mayor. He said, I was in church when I received a copy of the letter from the mayor of Kenner. I have never felt the need to purchase one of these before, but now I am compelled. Thank you very much, Nike. Nike can't buy this publicity.
No,
they can't buy this publicity.
What was Nike thinking?
What was Nike thinking?
That somebody
Exactly.
wants a promotion in that marketing department.
Exactly. So Anna Ascona, and this doesn't make sense, has more to say about what's going on with Nike and Callan Kaepernick.
Hey friends from the Brad Show Live, I'm Anna Ascona. So football season is approaching once again, and NFL players have begun to protest during the national anthem. But of course, Trump always has something to say. As NFL players protested during games, Trump tweeted, they make a fortune doing what they love. Be happy, be cool. Be happy, be cool. So all this money is supposed to shut them up and have them forget about fighting for equal rights? No, Trump, that's not the way things go today. But wait, it gets better. He then tweeted again, stand proudly for your national anthem or be suspended without pay. What happened to fighting for the things that you want? It's not like they're out on the streets creating madness, protesting. They're just simply not standing up for the national anthem because they're demanding equal rights, which in my opinion, I think it's a great thing. If Trump wants them to stop protesting during the national anthem, then maybe he should just find a solution to inequality. And it all starts with him. Trump has been attacking these players for over a year, and he even said at one point that the ones that don't stand up for the national anthem shouldn't belong in this country. So does this mean we should start deporting Americans that were born here, somewhere who knows where? That just doesn't make any sense. But leave your comments below and let me know, do you think that NFL players should have to pay for not wanting to stand up for the national anthem?
All right, so there you have it. Anna Ascona feeling very strongly about.
She had a lot to say on that
feeling
one.
very, very strongly about the subject.
I feel that.
But, you know, at first blush, you know, you say, you know, at first blush, you know, you say, you know, what's Colin Kaepernick thinking by doing all of this? You know, he basically destroyed his career. But then, as you get to learn exactly why he was doing it and what he was thinking,
absolutely,
you become more engaged in how he's thinking and what he's saying and how important it is that what he did and how respectful he was during the whole process.
Absolutely.
Right. You don't see him tweeting bashing Donald Trump.
Yep.
You don't see him tweeting, you know, Americans who stand for the flag are unpatriotic. He's just using his First Amendment rights to speak up and say, hey, what's going on in America? I love America.
Yeah.
America was great for me. I made a lot of money in America. I became very famous in America.
Absolutely.
But still, that doesn't mean America's perfect.
Absolutely.
And he took a knee, and what he was saying is something is wrong in America.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I don't love America. What I'm saying is something's wrong, and I want to bring attention to it.
Absolutely. And I think that's honestly, that is the exact point that I think that so many people miss, is that you can love a country and disagree with the ways that it handles things and still love the country. That doesn't mean you love your country any less.
That is correct.
And the fact that he's stuck by his guns.
And by the way, they wanted to make a amendment years ago, and maybe that's still, you know, being kicked around to the Constitution of the United States to ban flag burning. Okay, now,
speech.
As a lawyer,
okay,
I'm not in favor of burning the flag,
No.
the American flag. I'm not in favor of it
Not
at
at
all.
all.
Okay, I wouldn't suggest anybody go burn the American flag. It's not something I would do. But as an attorney, as an American, I would be totally against a flag burning amendment. Why? Because, you know, the way lawyers work and the way courts work is they interpret what does it mean to burn a flag, to desecrate a flag. And now all of a sudden maybe artists who do something with the American flag that may be controversial,
Yeah.
maybe that would become illegal. Maybe somebody who wants to kneel during the national anthem, they would say that's desecrating the flag.
Right.
That's illegal.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that any sort of flag burning amendment, which they've kicked around before, which are now kicking around again, would be a really bad thing
I
for
completely
America.
agree. And did you know that like flag regulations, wearing a flag is considered desecration? So, and like American flag swim trunks, an American flag, like that's considered in terms of flag guidelines.
Right.
That's considered desecration, but those same people that are wearing that would be completely for an amendment like that.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's get to something we call social media checking. Now they have it right.
We're ready.
Now they got it right. All right. So what do we got?
So we got Vanish Beckford on YouTube who came in bright and early and said, "Hey Brad, my brother filed and he got married to a green card holder. They filed the I-130 almost a year ago. His wife's a citizen. What's the next step? The I-130 hasn't even been approved yet."
I don't know, but I think we just got kicked off of Facebook. Is that true?
Is that true?
That is true. That is true. It's very possible.
Let's take
But we're live on YouTube, so let's ask that question again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Vanish Beckford.
Yes.
Said, my brother married a green card holder. They filed the I-130 almost a year ago, but now his wife is a citizen. What's the next step? The I-130 has not yet been approved.
The I-130 has not yet been approved.
Correct.
And who filed for who?
So the spouse filed for her husband, but when she filed for him, she was just a green card holder. And now, since she has naturalized,
where's the husband?
That we don't know.
Well, you got to upgrade the case. If the husband's here, you'll adjust. If he's in another country, you want to get the case to the National Visa Center. Give us a call. But while we figure out our technical problems, what I'd like to do is go to Meghan Buckwalter, our Spar and Bernstein family and matrimonial attorney. We're going to be back, hopefully, up on Facebook shortly. We're going to fix our technical problems. We're live on YouTube. And she joined me recently to discuss the custody battle between Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. Let's watch. For a decade, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie were one of Hollywood's most famous couples from the scandalous way their relationship began in 2005 after Brad Pitt famously ditched Jennifer Aniston of Friends fame for Angelina Jolie after they starred in their blockbuster film, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, to the births and adoptions of 6 different children. They were married in 2014, but announced their separation in September 2016, a total of less than 2 years they were married when Brangelina, which is Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, filed for divorce. On June 12th, court documents showed that Jolie was in danger of losing primary custody if she didn't take steps to improve the relationship between some of her children and Brad Pitt. So today we have Meghan Buckwalter, our super lawyer, matrimonial lawyer, family lawyer extraordinaire from Spar and Bernstein. She's joining me to discuss the entire Brangelina situation with Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, what this means for their arrangements with their children, and how they could move forward. A judge recently ordered a change in the custody agreements. They got 6 kids.
Yeah.
Okay, some of them they adopted from Africa.
Yep.
Some they have together. Maddox 16, Pax 14, Zahara 13, Shiloh 12, and they got twins Knox and Vivian. The judge ordered a change in custody. What happened?
Yeah, I mean, up until now, Angelina Jolie had sole physical custody. Brad Pitt was visiting. There was some alleged incident with Brad Pitt on a plane drinking. I know that led to the filing that's going on, led to the divorce proceeding. And what happened was the court issued a decision stating that Angelina Jolie could be at risk for losing her kids and losing sole physical custody if she did not start supporting the relationship between her children and Brad Pitt.
Now, what do you mean by sole physical custody? That doesn't mean legal custody. Those are 2 different terms, right?
Right.
So they were jointly responsible for raising the children. What does sole physical custody mean? Brad Pitt doesn't get to see his kids?
Nope, that's not what it means. Physical custody just means that the children were residing physically living with Angelina Jolie at least more than 51% of the time. So Brad Pitt had visitation, whatever their visitation agreement was, but Angelina Jolie was the primary physical custodian, and that also entitles her to receive child support.
And Brad Pitt went into court and said this shouldn't be the arrangements anymore because Angelina Jolie was talking crap about him, basically, to the
Pretty
kids.
much.
Is that basically what happened?
Yeah, that is basically what happened. The court actually issued a pretty firm decision stating that Angelina Jolie had to tell the kids that they're actually safe in Brad Pitt's care, that she had to support that relationship, tell them that they need to visit with their father, that it's healthy for them to visit with their father, and that they shouldn't be scared or feel unsafe while they're with him, which leads me to believe that she was severely alienating the kids if the court had to have such explicit language in its order.
Is that common to have such a strict guideline?
I mean, it is and it isn't. It depends on the circumstances. In this kind of case where there's allegations of safety concerns or there's allegations of alienation, then yes, the court wants to make sure that the custodial parent is fostering a relationship with the visitation parent.
There's a big difference between estrangement and alienation. Those are two big words. Break it down for us.
So estrangement is really when the child and the parent don't have a great relationship because of something the parent did. Maybe, dad yells at them a lot, or mom won't let them do what they want to do, or is very strict, or is, disciplines them physically. That breaks down the relationship between the child and the parent because of what the parent did. Alienation is when one parent is really bad-mouthing the other parent to the kids, saying your dad doesn't love you, your dad doesn't want you to be around him, your dad's doing X, Y, and Z. So one of the parents is actually alienating the kids from the other parent.
So in this particular case, the judge was talking about alienation.
That's what it sounds like.
The bad-mouthing by Angelina Jolie about Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Now, Jolie filed for divorce right after there was a rumored fight on their private jet.
Yes.
Between Brad Pitt and their eldest son, Maddox. And the claim was that Pitt was drunk on the jet, became verbally abusive and physically abusive to the 16-year-old child. The FBI came in to investigate. The Los Angeles Department of Child Services came in to investigate. And they came up with absolutely nothing other than what Angelina Jolie was making claims for. Could any of these allegations have been used in court by Jolie had it been confirmed as true against Brad Pitt, and what could she have done? And is the fact that there was an allegation and nothing materialized from it just because there was no criminal activity, which is the burden is much higher than in a family court?
Right.
Can she still bring this up in family court to try to get at Brad Pitt? Because the burden of proving that he did something is certainly much lower in family court, I believe, than in criminal court.
Absolutely. If there had been some findings of wrongdoing, then it definitely would help support anything that Angelina Jolie was trying to do in court. So if she was trying to limit the visitation or set some sort of supervision, if the Children's Services had determined that the kid's safety was at risk, then that would have helped support her in court. The fact that there were no wrongdoings found means that these allegations really can't be used against him in court. But to your question, absolutely. Even if there's no criminal investigation, it doesn't lead to criminal charges. If it's still found to have happened, it absolutely can be used against you in family court. The burdens are completely different, which is why a lot of people have maybe a Children's Services case in family court and they don't have a criminal case pending regarding the allegations.
What if Brad Pitt gets custody of these children? Does he still have to pay child support and maintenance to Angelina Jolie?
Well, the child support, no. If he were granted sole physical custody, then he wouldn't be paying child support.
Angelina Jolie would be paying him child support.
Correct. Maintenance, which is alimony or spousal support, that's completely different. It's totally separate from who has the children, so that would still remain the same.
Now, 3 of the children are their biological children.
Right.
3 have been adopted over the course of the lifetime. Does that have any bearing on this?
No.
None at all?
No. The adopted children are legally the same as any biological children. So in terms of custody arrangements, visitation, things like that, whether or not the kids were adopted versus born to the parents doesn't matter. Once they're adopted, they're legally their children.
So after the judge ordered Angelina to stop bad-mouthing Brad Pitt, is this going to be the end of it, you think, or there's going to be more?
I highly doubt it will be the end of it. I mean, one thing the court did do was allow the oldest kid, Maddox, to have a choice as to when he goes to see Brad Pitt, what visitation he has, because he is 16 years old, and the older the children get, the more preference they get. So I assume that not only will probably the bad-mouthing continue, but also as the children get older, I would think that Angelina Jolie's attorneys would go back to court to try to get that same type of relief for the kids.
Now, Maddox says he wants to spend less time with Brad Pitt.
Yeah, it's basically that the court, you know,
which would lead that the allegations may have been
true.
May have been true.
Right.
Now, if he doesn't get, you know, he doesn't want to spend any time with Brad Pitt, so Brad Pitt really doesn't have any visitation or any relationship with Maddox.
Right.
Does that change Brad Pitt's child support payments?
It could, but not really, especially if the court feels like it is not alienation and it's really the child's preference. It would be an argument for Brad Pitt's attorneys to say, look, I'm not seeing this kid and it's because of Angelina Jolie, I shouldn't have to pay child support. If there is actual alienation going on, the person who is being denied access to their kids may not have to pay child support, but it would be an uphill battle.
So is there a case that you ever handled that was fraught with, you know, child custody? I'm sure lots of them,
yes,
where you were successful in making your client the primary custodian or getting fair visitation for your client?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we just finished a case where there's 2 children. There was a lot of allegations between the parents. There's a lot of allegations of mental health issues and substance abuse. We had to have a forensic done, which is where a forensic psychologist has to be involved and interview the parents. And at the end of everything, the forensic supported our client, supported our position that our client was the better parent, and our client was able to get custody.
Do you usually have to bring in experts in these situations?
It's not every time, but if there's major concerns, yes.
What would be the concerns that you would bring in an expert? And does that usually sway the judge?
Yeah, so the purpose of the forensic is to meet with both parents. If there's any mental health concerns, if there's major alienation, allegations, substance abuse, things like that, and there really is no resolution or any sort of common ground, if we're going to have to go to trial over custody, then a lot of times the court requires a forensic, and the forensic evaluation at the end is to make a recommendation to the court as to custody.
Is this forensic generally ordered by the court and the parties agree on who this forensic's going to be, or is it a dueling forensics where the husband comes in with a forensic and the wife comes in with a forensic?
No, it's court ordered. The parents' attorneys propose a couple that they each want, and the judge will pick if the attorneys can't pick one together.
And you don't know what this forensic's going to come up with, but in this particular case, the forensic was on our side, and eventually our client got what he or she needed.
Yeah, I mean, they're risky. If you have a client and you're not on the winning end of that argument, you may be fighting against getting the forensic done. But for us, we knew that our client would prevail and would look good for her to have the forensic done. So we fought for it to have a forensic evaluation completed.
Well, fantastic job. I'm sure we're going to have you back soon.
Absolutely.
Because I would assume that Angelina and Brad are not done. They'll be back in court shortly, like most battling couples.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, if you find yourself in that situation as a battling couple, either in New York or Connecticut, the states where Meghan practices matrimonial law, give her a call, and she'll be happy to speak with you. She's a fantastic lawyer. She's been voted to Superlawyers several years running right now, and she is running and managing the Spar and Bernstein Matrimonial and Family Law Department. Meghan, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And of course, the telephone number for Meghan is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465, which is the same number to call to get on our show.
Absolutely.
And of course, I do have to tell everybody that prior successful results don't guarantee us some outcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. I guess we're up again.
I think we're back up.
Welcome back, Facebook. What happened to you? We don't know. But as Marge Higgs says, something foul smells like, what'd she say? She said sabotage.
I smell sabotage.
She said she smells sabotage.
I think she's right.
It's possible.
That's what happens when we talk all that mess about that orange baby.
It's possible.
But we will keep resisting.
That's right.
Keep throwing us off Facebook. We have YouTube.
All right. So with that, let's get back to our social media check-in that we had to get out of and run Meghan. And we'll run Meghan again so everyone can see it another day.
I know.
We'll run that again.
Fascinated.
Listen.
Maybe it's like the celebrity monger in me, but I'm fascinated by the whole child custody Brangelina situation.
Yeah,
and
well,
I
a lot
had
of people
no
are.
idea.
They're on the cover of People magazine, so a lot of people are.
Right. Yeah, no,
Right.
I'm glad she talked about that.
All right, so let's get back to something we call social media check-in. We want to run that thing again? Maybe not. Yep. We're going to start that all over again.
Start from scratch.
Start from scratch.
Our first question.
It's the I-130, Kim, next.
Is it? Perfect.
Yes, no.
Vanish Beckford was talking about her brother was filed for, and he was filed for by a green card holder at the time, but then his wife became a citizen, and they haven't heard anything from their I-130. The brother is living here in the U.S. with the wifey.
All right, so then it doesn't matter if they heard anything. Take the I-130 receipt notice, file the I-45, and adjust your status.
Kool-Aid, orange
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid, wants
Orange
to know,
Kool-Aid.
in 1995, my friend Fluffy pleaded guilty.
Are you kidding me with these names, Kool-Aid and Fluffy?
Kool-Aid and Fluffy,
Okay.
they must be one hell of a gang.
That's
Brad.
right.
The least
That's
intimidating people.
the sweetest couple in town.
Exactly. Oh, that's
But you
cool.
want to know what? I think it's like, like, for example, it could be like a sabotage too. Like, for example, I have a dog by the name of T-Bone. And now T-Bone's a little fluffy little dog, so I want to give him a tough name.
Yeah.
The camera should be on me. Yeah, there we go. So T-Bone, I gave like a really tough name, and you're like, oh, you want to meet T-Bone? You think it's going to be this vicious dog.
That's true.
And it's like this little fluffy thing.
And
now,
he
previously,
loves him some love.
previously, I had a really huge German Shepherd.
Okay.
Now, it wasn't vicious, but looked vicious.
Yeah.
I called him Pumpkin. Oh. Okay. So everyone's like, oh, you want to come over and be Pumpkin? And then you would come in the door, and Pumpkin was like salivating out of the side of his mouth. Going, "Rah, rah." Now, he wasn't going to do anything, but scared the hell out of everybody, So it's possible, it's possible that Kool-Aid and Fluffy could be like the two toughest people in town. We don't know.
Well, listen, Fluffy pleaded guilty to something.
Okay, so Fluffy's
got the nails.
Fluffy, right? Fluffy could be like Pumpkin, the German Shepherd,
There's teeth on Fluffy.
Yes.
So my friend Fluffy pleaded guilty to unlawful possession of marijuana. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's probably why they're fluffy. A non-criminal violation for possession of up to 25 grams of marijuana. And then she came with someone else's passport in 1992. How many waivers does she need, Brad?
Well, she can't get a waiver for drug possession.
Oh, damn.
So Fluffy's not getting a green card.
That is...
She would need to vacate that conviction first.
Maria Holness said, hey, Brad, my fiance filed a visa for me. At the interview, I was told to file the I-601 waiver because of an assault case that happened 37 years ago. After filing and waiting for a year, I was told to submit more evidence, which I did, and waited another 9 months. And I received a mail stating that I was denied. I want to know, can I file for a visitor's visa or not? I just want to know something in writing, or do they just need something in writing?
Assault from 37 years ago, if it was not a violent offense, there should be a 15-year statute of limitations. That waiver should have been approved, so call me before you do anything.
Mary Anderson said, my husband is abusing me. He's a citizen, and he's the one who gave me my green card. I got my 10-year green card in January of this year, and I want to move out. But my question is, am I still going to need to file joint taxes with him until I'm a citizen?
No, move out. You don't need to file joint taxes with him anymore. Get out of the house.
Musa would like to know, can your spouse do anything with your paper processing after they filed for the conditional removal of your green card? A friend told me that he filled his papers to remove the condition on his green card, and he got into trouble with his spouse after every paper had been filled out at USCIS. So now he's worried that the spouse is going to call and be like, do not process this.
Absolutely. If you filed a joint application with your spouse can withdraw it at any time. Now, if your spouse withdraws it and you go through a divorce, you can file on your own and your spouse is out of it. So there's ways to counter the spouse trying to withdraw the I-751.
Santiago Suarez said, I've got an interview at the U.S. Embassy with my mom later this week for a B1, B2 temporary visa. What should I expect at the interview?
What proof do you have that you're going to return home at the end of your trip?
Rayad Mohammed said, how can an immigrant file for a green card who's overstayed their visitor's visa? I'm from Guyana, living in New York, came to the U.S. a year ago with a visitor's visa, but I don't have any close family members in the U.S., so is there any other way?
It's called, first step is speak to a lawyer. There's no, we answer this 5 times. I'll give the same answer 5 different ways. There's no special form because you're out of status in America to get a green card. You need to speak to a lawyer, and hopefully a lawyer who knows what they're doing, and hopefully that lawyer can come up with options for you.
Lorraine said, "Good afternoon, Mr. Brad and Liz."
Who's Liz?
I'm assuming that's me, Brad.
Okay. Liz.
I'm Kim. So everybody has met me
You're
quite yet.
Belgium Kim. Right, you could be Liechtenstein Liz.
What are we, just like micro countries?
Yeah, Laos Liz. Laos, how do you pronounce it? Laos, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Laos.
Laos
yeah,
Liz.
Yeah, perfect.
Right, right. From Southeast Asia. It's Laos Liz.
I do have quite the Southeast Asian vibe. If you look at me, you're like, that girl's definitely Southeast
Asian. Lagos Liz from Africa.
Yeah, I could be Nigerian. That's perfect.
Right, yeah, but that doesn't go with Liz.
No, but Lagos is in Nigeria, right?
Yes.
So I'm reading a book set in Lagos right now. So it could be Lagos Liz, but no, I'm Belgium Kim, which also doesn't rhyme. I should be Belgium Beth. It's true. It's Lagos.
It's
also.
Lagos.
Lagos.
Right. Laos.
Yeah, that's still right.
Laos is right.
I got nothing.
Legos.
Where
Legos. Legos Liz, like you're like playing with like a little Legos.
That's weird, Brad.
That's weird.
That came out of nowhere.
Yes.
That's not even affiliated with the country
no,
anymore.
it's not.
It's just alliteration that Belgium Kim doesn't even have.
That's right.
Kim is a weird name to rhyme with. You know, I had a comedy class and they make
it actually Belgium Kim has nothing to do with one another.
No.
It doesn't even flow off the tongue good.
No. Kim is just from Belgium, so we called her Belgium Kim. As a matter of fact, there was a whole fight about whether my name should be Belgium Kim or Belgian Kim because Belgians are Belgians, yeah.
Originally on our show.
On our show, yeah.
Right.
Because a person from Belgium is Belgian. Like, you're not America, you're American.
Right.
But that's not what we decided on, and we decided that
Belgium. It was really me screwing up the grammar of it.
Yeah, but we just went with it, Brad.
On the radio show. Yeah,
yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. And then we said it's like calling you United States Kim.
That's exactly
right.
But that's less.
It's like England
flowy.
Kim.
Yeah, England Kim. Yeah, I'm gonna start calling you America Brad. That's a whole continent, though.
Right,
that's different, but still, like, yeah, United States
Mexico Kim.
Mexico Kim.
Yeah. That's
so
great.
weird. So weird. Yeah, in my comedy class, I was known as Kooky Kim.
Kooky.
I was, because you had to come up with something, and I couldn't think of any K words that were appropriate, so I went Kooky Kim.
Okay. What'd you learn in your comedy class?
Apparently not how to be funny.
Not how to be funny. Okay.
No, it was an improv class. It was, so I had to learn how to
you just never say no.
think on my feet.
You never say no.
You got to never say no and add information every time somebody says something. So it's you yes and.
I never took any of these classes.
You would be, Brad, you 100% should take a class.
I never took any class. I never took a broadcasting class. I never took an improv class. I never took a media class.
You would have
nothing. I just got on and started doing.
I will say, I'm doing a podcast right now. I have no idea how to do this. I'm just going by the seat of my pants. But you would love a comedy class. I think you would be great in a comedy class.
I don't have time for comedy classes. Let's do immigration.
Lorraine's question. Boom. Yeah. Well, I'll throw stuff on the floor. If somebody is getting food stamps and welfare disability and he filed for someone, is that going to impact the filing the spouse is filing for?
Absolutely, it's going to impact because food stamps is a need-based government assistance program, and they may use that to deny the green card, saying you can't support yourself, you're getting food stamps, let alone support somebody else.
Mark wants to know, would a negative outcome in family court affect me sponsoring my wife? I'm a U.S. citizen.
What's the negative outcome in family court? Bum, bum, bum!
Bum, bum, bum. I mean, I'm assuming, like, you don't have custody, you have to pay a ton of alimony.
I don't know what the negative outcome would
be. Yeah, there's a million possibilities, man. CS said, Brad, how would you know if the I-130 that was filed for got approved? I'm currently awaiting an interview date based on the AOS.
They would send you a letter saying the I-130 is approved.
Fox Racing.
Fox Racing.
Amazed by the size and breadth of.
He was here last week.
He was here.
Yes.
And so surprised and shocked and pleasantly so. You're welcome, Fox. He wants to know, would your immigration attorney...
He was surprised by the size of what?
The Office.
Oh, The Office.
He had no
about.
idea.
Okay.
And the big brain on Brad.
And the big brain on Brad. Okay. Just clarifying what size he was.
It was huge, Brad. He was just
Yes.
like, it's so big. I've never seen anything, but he never qualified. I just assumed it was The Office. Fox Racing said, you're not going to touch that one? No. That's a good call. Yeah. Fox Racing said, I'd just like to know if your immigration attorneys could litigate USCIS in the lower 48. I'm sure some attorneys need their bar to practice in other states. Is that right, or can you practice anywhere?
I can practice in all 50 states as an immigration attorney.
Ha.
Aha!
Yassine said, can I file my N-400 based on marriage while I live in New York, but my wife is living in another city?
No, because you got to be living together.
And that's all we got for right now, Brad.
All right. So earlier in the week,
yeah,
I spoke with a woman by the name of Bella Hristova. She came to America from Bulgaria.
Okay.
Alone when she was 13 years old. Her mother sent her from Bulgaria, 13-year-old kid, go to America, didn't know a person here.
Oh my God.
To study violin.
Yeah.
So Bella is now an internationally acclaimed violinist, one of the best violinists in the world. And she joined me to discuss her immigration story, her incredible career as a violinist. I know a lot of people may never have, know a lot about people who play the violin, but it's a really cool instrument. Let's watch. Bella Hristova was born in Plevin, Bulgaria, to Russian and Bulgarian parents. Bella came to America from Bulgaria alone when she was only 13 years old to study the violin. Bella is now an internationally acclaimed violinist, known for her passionate, powerful performances, beautiful sound, and compelling command of her instrument. Bella is with me today to discuss her immigration story from Bulgaria to America and her incredible career as a violinist. Bella, welcome and thanks for coming on our show.
Hi, Brad. Thank you so much. I'm very happy to be joining you today.
Oh, great. So let's first watch a video of you. We have a video of you playing the violin. I want to watch and listen and give everybody an opportunity to see your incredible talent. Let's watch. Wow, that people don't. I mean, I'm sure most people don't realize how talented you have to be, and what an amazing violinist you are. That was incredible to have played that and done that. So you grew up in Bulgaria, poor, right?
Yes.
You did not come from a wealthy family, I assume. And Bulgaria is one of the poorest countries, I think, in Europe, if not the poorest.
Yes, it is, and it still is. And I was born under communism in '85. And I was born in Bulgaria. My name Bella. I only recently, just a few months ago, became Bella legally. My full name was Beloslava, which is what my mom had to name me under communism because it was a Bulgarian name and Bella is not.
I guess when you became a citizen, you were able to change your name to anything you wanted.
Yes, I was able to change my first name.
And congratulations then. I assume you just became a citizen, so congratulations.
Thanks.
And we're going to find out about your immigration story. But when your mom, I guess, forced you or pushed you or suggested, what would be the right word in terms of you taking up the violin?
She encouraged it. I actually was very happy to play the violin also. I grew up around music. My dad was a Russian composer, so there was always music in the house. I was listening to his songs.
You started when you were 6?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what actually goes into, as a young child prodigy, I guess, as a violinist, the amount of hours and time and effort and the things that you feel you've missed out on.
I think nobody likes to practice. It's just something you have to do. So if you enjoy seeing the results from your practice, and if you want to get better, it's just something you have to do. It's like athletes who you can't only want to play in the games. You have to do the training. So to give you more specifics, I think I've been practicing maybe 4 hours a day while I was in high school. Before that, in Bulgaria, I was probably doing a little less, maybe three or four. My mom and I had different schedules in Bulgaria, so she would often have me audio tape on a cassette tape my practice throughout the day so that I could show her and hand her cassette tapes. Like, here's my 3 hours of practice.
That you did it. Whose idea was it to send you, 13 years old, without a mom, without a dad, send you on an airplane and drop you off in America and say best of luck to you?
Right.
Whose idea was that?
You know, my mom knew that I had to get out of Bulgaria in order to have opportunities. So I think it was a great sacrifice for her to do that. I went to a high school, to a Steiner school, so they were the ones that would sponsor me for the visa.
Tell us a little bit about that school. What is that school?
It's a private school, and it's Waldorf education. So I didn't speak English when I came here at 13. So it's a very small school. So they were sort of able to help me with the language, and then I was having violin lessons, not there, but at the University of Michigan. Which is where I was.
That's my alma mater.
Is that right?
Yes, it is. That's where I went to, but nobody gave me a violin lesson there.
Those 4 years were very difficult for me for a number of reasons. But I think they've shaped me into the person that I am today, and I became independent at a very young age.
So you went to college here. How did you go from student visa to a green card? You want to share that with us a little bit?
Yes. So while I was in Michigan, I applied for a green card as alien of extraordinary ability. So the whole process took 4 years. I was already in college here in Philadelphia when I finally did get the green card.
Right.
But so the first round, I had to supply a number of letters from violinists that are renowned, saying that I basically deserve to be here based on my ability.
That you're a top violinist.
Right. So 2 years after I applied, we got a letter from the INS. It would be not the IRS.
Right.
The
INS, right, which is now USCIS, but at the time it was the INS.
USCIS. Oh, right. Okay. This is right when I had gotten into Curtis, which is, it has the lowest acceptance rate in all of the U.S. at about 3-4%. Mm-hmm. So it's a top-notch school, and to have gotten into it was a huge deal for me. And the letter said, if she's as good as you claim, how come she's not going there to be a teacher? And she's going there to be a student. So then we had to supply another round of letters explaining why I was going there as a student, but why I still deserved to get the green card.
Ability, right.
In 2005, I finally got my green card.
Right, and then you became a citizen just recently. The violin that you were playing in that video, I understand it's a very special violin. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, well, that instrument is on loan to me, on very generous loan to me, and it's a Niccolo Amati violin. It was made in Italy in 1655. It has a beautiful sound, and it's like a part of my musical voice.
Now, last year, I understand you participated in a project with NPR, National Public Radio, featuring 6 different musicians who are either first or second generation immigrants here to America or Americans. You tell me who they were, and tell me a little bit about this project.
That was a very moving project for me because it was shortly after I had applied to become a citizen. I think I was the oldest of the 6, and the youngest was maybe 9 or 10. So It was very sweet. For the 6 of us, you know, we spent a day together really being like tourists in New York City. We went to Ellis Island, which I'd never gone to before. We went to the Statue of Liberty. It was very moving to be there. And we were being filmed the whole way. And also we rehearsed that day and filmed the following day the arrangement of what Chris O'Reilly did of This Land Is Our Land. And he wove in all 6 of our national anthems.
And it's amazing, you said music is the international language, and here people are playing music, different instruments that come from all corners of the earth and playing the same song. It really is. So you're now living here 20 years. Do you think you've reached your American dream, or is there something more that you need to achieve? You're married, you have an unbelievable career, you're a citizen.
Yeah, I feel very fortunate with my life right now. You know, musicians, I think they're improving their whole lives. You're always learning constantly, even when you're long out of school. So just by playing concerts and playing with your colleagues. So you're always learning. But I feel very fortunate with where I am now.
So Bella, where can people find out more about you? Is it you have a website or a YouTube channel or?
Yes,
or
I have all of these. I have, yes, it's BellaHristova.com. You can, I think it's Bella Hristova Violin on YouTube, Bella Hristova Violin on Instagram, Bella Hristova on Twitter and Facebook.
Thank you very much, Bella, for coming on. You're a really talented, wonderfully talented violinist, and very nice person to chat with, and of course, wish you all the best of luck in the future and appreciate your time.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you for having me. Thank you for what you do.
I appreciate it. Thanks. All right, Bella Hristova, unbelievable violinist.
Wow.
Yes.
That looks like it takes some endurance.
All right, let's finish up our social media check-in.
All right. We have a question from Manira. Anira said, I will need to file my I-751 next month, but my husband is threatening me that he's not going to sign it. We have a kid together. I want to file for divorce, but he said he also would not sign the divorce papers. What can I do?
File for divorce and then file the I-751 on your own. You'll get a green card.
Devi said, my father-in-law sponsored myself and my husband in 2015. Could you tell me how much longer we have to wait?
Who filed for who?
Father-in-law filed for
her and her husband.
Mm-hmm.
So it's married, children of a U.S. citizen, at least another decade.
Oof.
Yeah.
Judith said, I've got a friend that's got a green card for 6 years, but he never actually lived here. He only entered the U.S. 3 times. Can he apply for citizenship?
No, you have to be here. I just had this issue today.
Yeah.
You got to be here 30 out of 60 months, no trip more than 6 months, and you got to be living in the state for 90 days before you file. So if you just entered America 3 times, that doesn't sound like you were living here 30 out of 60 months.
It does not.
No.
Ricky said, if my wife's a green card holder, how long is it going to take for me to get through when she starts the paperwork?
About 2 years.
CS said, I already received my EAD after 6 months. How long from now should I now expect the interview?
About another 6 months.
Chris White said, I filed an I-130 in June for my daughter, who's 5 years old. How long is it going to take to hear back from USCIS? Is it 6 months, Brad?
It's about 7 or 8 months.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That would have been great if we went for the turkey
Yes.
on that one. Natalie Ash said, I submitted my AOS since 5 months ago now. I got married to a U.S. citizen before my son's 18th birthday. Now I want my husband to file for my son. Do I have to be approved first before my son receives his work permit?
No, file the adjustment for your son. He'll get his work permit.
iTube said, I've got a pending affidavit of support recipient, and the recipient is pregnant and was switched to full Medicaid. Is that going to affect the case in any form? All forms are currently pending.
It shouldn't, because the Medicaid is basically for the unborn child, not for her, so it shouldn't affect your case.
Clyde said, what if your U.S. citizen wife were getting food stamps, but she stopped? Would it still affect your case?
It affects it, but you're in a much better position because they look at the totality of circumstances. So if she stopped, you should be okay.
Sorry, my little thing froze up here. We've got another question from Santiago, who said, if I obtained my pilot's license, would the I-130 still take 7 years now that I'm skilled?
An I-130 has nothing to do with your pilot's license. If you want to get sponsored in a job, then that would be a labor certification and an I-140, and that's a different process, and that in a skilled position takes about 2 years.
Arlene said, I have an I-751 pending for me and my son. He applied for financial aid. Is that still considered welfare?
No, you're fine with that.
Ahmed Memo said,
You like how I'm just going through this?
We're like powering through.
We never went through this fast.
I was just thinking that. I was like, I think we've probably answered like 20 questions.
Yeah,
in the
keep
last
going.
10 minutes.
I'm like Rain Man right now. I'm just zoned in on the questions.
We just need to like keep the camera on Brad while he's like
start waving back. Yeah, exactly. Right.
Ahmed said, I'd like to ask, when I did the I-45, the officer took my picture and my fingerprints. Is that a good sign or a bad sign?
It's always a good sign when they do something for you and they haven't denied you.
Right, and you're not in immigration detention.
Correct.
Oh,
it's always a good sign.
Good sign.
Good sign.
Gromiko on
Gromiko.
YouTube said, my wife submitted a petition for me. When she initially filed the I-130, she used the name on her passport. Now she's ready to change her name to my last name. Way to go, Gromiko. Will this affect the process at all since her name is different?
No.
What is it? What do you usually say? It's a modern world?
It's a modern world. Do whatever you want.
Ruthie Independent Cutie said, if a wife of a U.S. citizen is adjusting her status, and she's been married 4.5 years, and has 2 children together, and both children are on Medicaid, is that going to pose a problem if it's just the children?
If it's just the children, they're U.S. citizens, it shouldn't cause a problem because the government assistance is for a U.S. citizen, not for you.
Marky Bent said, it's always hard not to say Marky Mark. Said, my U.S. husband is filing for my green card. My priority date is February of 2017. On April of 2017, my case said that it was ready to be scheduled. However, it's over a year later and still nothing. I've checked my status. It says no update at this time. I call the number. They say nothing. I'm in Miami. What do you think, Brad?
Hang in there. It's taken a long time, well over a year. If it's over 24 months, call me.
Winston is wondering, could a U.S. citizen file for his brothers and sisters?
Yes. It takes about a decade.
Manu said, my daughter is 34 years old and she's overstayed here. Now the mom has her green card and dad has his citizenship. How can we file for our daughter?
Dad or mom can file. Dad should file as a U.S. citizen over the permanent resident mother. File an I-130.
Rhea said, I'm a J1 visa holder and it will expire in January of 2019. Is there any possibility to get an H-1B or an H-2B? And if so, how much is that going to cost me?
There is certainly a possibility. If you qualify, you need an employer to sponsor you. You're not going to be able to do it here. You're going to have to go home and come back. There's no more H-1Bs. Your employer would file for you before between April 1st and April 5th for you to come back in October of 2019.
Chris Royal said, I've got an adjustment pending from July, but my sister's getting married the first week of December. Is it wise to buy the tickets now while it's cheap pending the advance parole?
Yeah, you can always get advance parole.
The Jacobs want to know, I just got my work permit and my social. How soon am I now going to get the interview? I've been married a year and a half now.
About another year. I mean, you heard the lady from Miami. She's well over a year.
Well over a year.
They're taking anywhere from 9 months to 28 months. Everybody's different.
28 months. That's insane.
Insanity.
Has it ever been this long in your time as a lawyer?
Never.
That's scary. Ahmed said, my question is, I made the interview for the I-130, got approved, and this year I did 2 interviews for my I-485, and it seems that everything's good. And the officer said I'd get an answer in a couple of weeks or a month. It's now been 2 months. I'm starting to freak out. What can I do?
First of all, take a deep breath. Don't freak out. That's the first thing to do.
Don't freak out.
Freaking out doesn't help.
Nothing.
Okay. What this is, 100, whatever you have a problem. 10% is the pain at the moment.
Yeah.
90% is thinking about what may happen in the future.
Yes.
So you have to control yourself not to think about what's going to happen in the future. And now 90% of your pain is away. As far as your immigration, you like that?
I love that.
Yeah. As far as your immigration is concerned, wait 4 months, wait for a decision. If you haven't heard, then come see me. So it's 2 months, wait 2 more months.
Jardine is a U.S. citizen, and she's got a boyfriend that's living abroad. She's wondering, what can I do to get him a visa?
Get married.
Dun, 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 dun. Are we there yet?
There's no boyfriend. There's no boyfriend visa, but there's fiance visa.
Ooh, girl. About to get you a hubby. Santiago said, can I adjust my status in the U.S. on an F1 visa to a green card if my U.S. citizen father filed the I-130 for me?
If you're under 21, yes. If not, you're on a waiting list for a long time and unlikely that you would be able to do so.
Eris is wondering, if you've overstayed your visa, got married to a resident, does he need to go back to his country for the green card?
No, he would get his green card here if he came on a legal visa.
That's all I got for right now.
All right, so
woo, that must have been a new record.
That was a new record. We went through everything really, really fast.
Really fast.
And we're coming up to 7:30 as it is.
Yes.
So why don't we? Oh my gosh! Wait, do I have a lot of No.
Do you have many phone calls?
I don't know. It had a lot of calls, and then they all disappeared. That's odd. Let me see again. Maybe those were calls from another day? No. They all disappeared. That's weird.
That is weird.
I had about 9 calls.
I have a couple of last-minute social media questions.
All right, let's do them quickly.
Shanette said, can my daughter start filing at age 20?
Filing for what?
I'm assuming that she wants her daughter to file for her.
No, 21.
Basco said, I've got a 10-year visa. How can I apply for a green card?
Come see a lawyer and let's discuss your options.
And that's all I got. Oh, sorry, Jardine. Jardine's like, I don't want to get married right now.
Well,
I just want him to come visit me because I've flown a lot to visit him. So can he get a visitor's visa?
Yeah, go apply for a visitor's visa. I'm not saying he'll get it. Try.
Okay.
All right. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyone could apply for a visitor's visa. Whether they qualify, they got to prove they can return home.
Yeah.
And they're not coming to live here.
But she also said, so she said, I'm not interested in getting married. And then she just did a follow-up. We got engaged in August.
So if you got engaged, then it's a fiancé visa. But then when he comes here, you have to marry him within 90 days.
Right.
Maybe she doesn't want to do that.
Okay.
But you know what? You can't have your cake and eat it.
No. If he's going to be your fiance, he's going to have to be your husband
within
90 days of arriving.
That is correct. All right. So we're very terribly sorry for the all the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
We got kicked off of Facebook in the middle of the show. And then when we went back on, we've had all sorts of technical and volume problems. We hope to have that solved for tomorrow. We will be back live tomorrow, 5:30, both on YouTube and Facebook. Tomorrow is our special Hump Day episode, where you are sure to get some R-rated news from Kim.
Why is this my fault?
Because you're the one who came up with this whole concept.
I call fake news. Although I don't remember that, but that sounds really plausible.
Yeah, Kim's like, why don't we do some R-rated stuff and call it Hump Day on Wednesday? Wasn't that you?
Like me.
Yes.
It seems I'm not sure, but it definitely tracks.
Yeah. Jill says it was me, but I'm blaming you.
Yeah, I was gonna say
anything as ridiculous as that, I will not take credit for.
But you send the most preposterous stories. Like there are stories that we would scroll right through that Brad's like, this
is what we're talking about.
Just you wait until tomorrow, y'all. It's gonna be a good one.
That is right. So in the meantime, what do we have as comments of the day?
We have one from Princess Black on YouTube who said Facebook is being face black.
Exactly.
She's 100% right. Absolutely. We also have one from from Camille Cope. From Camille Cope, who said it's Broadway Brad and Classy Kim.
I like that.
I don't mind that at all.
I don't like that.
It's the first time anyone's
I like Broadway Brad. If I was able to sing and dance, it would be a perfect name.
You sing and dance frequently, Brad. We have receipts on this show of you singing and dancing.
That we have twerking.
That's a dance.
Yeah.
It's a style of dance.
Broadway Brad and Classy Kim with a K.
Classy with a K would be more accurate. I don't feel like I'm all the way classy with a C.
All right, I like that one.
And then finally, we've got Thelma Gale, who's very moved by Bella's piece and said, immigrants built America. I wonder if Donald Trump knows this.
No, he does not.
He does not.
Except if it's his wife and in-laws.
Yeah, but I think he knows she didn't help build America.
All right. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you back live tomorrow at 5:30. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.
What are you doing?